Como ça va, YouTube? Danny here at Cajun Hydroponics, boy. What? Yes, I own a shirt with sleeves. It's amazing. Well, besides the fact I've been called to the marshal's office again, John, and it won't grow.
Team will it grow?
Today is the Shed Wars innovation. I've been holding off on it, not so much because I don't want to show it, is because I didn't want to show it. We've been getting a lot of rain, and it's not to the point where I want it as far as the looks. The grass is tall. I haven't been able to put down my greenhouse fabric around it. I have done a couple videos. There's also issues with the soil. You know, when I got the soil, I knew I would need to fertilize often. The fertilizer, we've been using triple 13, but with the amount of rain we've been having, the triple 13 just washing through to the ground. Not able to keep enough on it. So I'm going to show y'all what we got. You know, what it looks like right now, my innovation. Basically, it's raised beds with permanently fixed trellis system. It's not complete by any stretch of the imagination. The soil won't be conditioned and really ready to grow for probably 2 more years. Of course, I'm on the video and the roosters want to say hello to y'all, so they say hello. They say como ça va. But yeah, like my partner Todd at Build It With Todd says, without further ado, hello. So here we have it. We have tomatoes on the outside, which hopefully tomorrow I will finish single string, putting the strings up for the single strings. Here's a tip.
And there's more.
You don't always have to buy a turnbuckle to make you a tensioner. You can actually build a tensioner. Turnbuckles were like $9, and they were some little bitty old things that I was not happy with. They kept breaking. So I went to Lowe's, bought a 6-foot piece, a 1/2 inch, all thread. You can do it with a bolt also, but all threads are cheaper. A box of nuts, a few washers, and a drill bit with a drill. No welding needed, and you can pull tight. You can stretch it as tight as you can pull on them threads. You're gonna pull that string tight. So that's my tip. You know, just because they got names for certain things, you can build other things that work just as good or better for much cheaper.
Listen, this is not a game.
But as you can see, the tomatoes, they're slightly yellow, not horrible. It is from all the rain. The composting of the soil initially, the soil's dropped almost 3 inches in these beds, and it really put an issue early on with the cucumbers. They are starting to take off a little better. As far as the tomatoes, the plants are small, but the tomatoes are kicking. I gotta finish putting my strings up again tomorrow. Clean up right here and hanging the tomatoes is gonna be what I'm after. Oh, the outside row is to hang tomatoes, single stem tomatoes. The next row over, it's trellis, goes all the way across and down to the other side for cucumbers, cucumber to cucumber. We have a walkway down the middle. God, I hate not having my grass cut. You have no idea how bad that irks me. But I mean, the tomatoes, they're doing well, really are. I have a tendency to compare the tomatoes in the yard to the tomatoes in the greenhouse, and it's not fair. But they're bumping along. They're making it. We started out with 290 tomatoes in these beds. They were all going to be single stem. I'm not sure where we're at. But yeah, they're making it. They're gonna make it. We're gonna make some fruit on here. Ain't gonna be as much fruit as we're gonna make in a year and a half, 2 years with it, but we're gonna make some fruit. What I did do, pause it. Yeah, check that out. That's my plant in the bucket. Some potatoes, just so I don't get fussed at, because we're supposed to plant something in a bucket for Shed Wars. Got the potatoes, which they're just coming up in the other one, and then carrot, and carrot. So I got my plant in the bucket taken care of. That didn't work. I ordered 2 Venturi siphons off of YouTube. I'm sorry, off of Amazon, and I'll be giving that a shot. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be putting the first one in, maybe both of them, to see how they actually operate and how they work, if it's going to work. Either way, I'm going to show you, because if it doesn't work, I don't want somebody a year down the road or 2 weeks down the road thinking, man, you know, $17 for Venturi siphon, that thing works, and they buy it and it don't work. Or, you know, somebody's trying to figure something out and this might help them say, whoa, this will work. But what it'll do is constantly, every time I water, it will put out fertilizer to the plants. So I water every other day, and it will put out fertilizer every other day to the plants, which should help perk them up, get bigger stalks, and help with the composting also. You know, speed up the compost and slow down the compost and whatever. But it should help in the raised beds. So just like that. It started off to be an ugly day here in Louisiana, South Louisiana, that is. Started out to be an ugly day. It rained last night. It was overcast. There was all kind of stuff going on. The wind was blowing like I don't know what. We had the little dude's birthday party, his 5th birthday party today. It looked bad till right before the party started. We went to the park. We had about 4 kids and their parents show up. We had a good time. We veilled and they manged, and kids had a good time playing at the park. It was really good. Great time. Visiting, you know. I say that all the time in the live streams. Visiting is so much fun, to sit down face to face, whether you're face to face in person or face to face on a computer. Visiting with somebody face to face is so much fun. I love it. I love to talk. I love to hear about what's going on in other places. How's your garden doing? There's a saying in New Orleans, how's your mom and them? Well, around here it's how's your garden doing? Pertaining to Shed Wars, how's your garden doing? Pertaining to little Johnny, you redneck yankabilly. How's your garden doing with that Roundup? Anyway, boy, I don't know. I don't think I've ever hit 9-minute videos 3 times in a row, and I done did that today, and I'm sure I'm gonna add a couple clips in of that little angry man, the redneck yankabilly, doing something that I think is hilarious and he thinks is stringent. But you know it, you know what's gonna do, you know what's gonna happen. I don't know if you can still see me, the camera's all messed up. I'm too old for this. South Louisiana, boy, you gotta love it. Y'all grow that later.